on a current loop. Torque on a current loop. This is the idea. Actually, we were doing the topic force and the torque on a current carrying conductor. So, the part of force is over. Now we are doing about the torque on a current loop. Torque means the turning effect, the moment of force. So, we learn about that. Let us take a magnet, or rather, we are applying a magnetic field. This side is north, this side is south, suppose. We will be having a current loop. Current loop, let us take in the form of a rectangular coil like this. This rectangular coil is called armature. We can call it armature also. This one can be called armature. This may contain n turns. I am showing once, there are like this, so many turns are there, so n turns. I take the length of this as L. This is length is L, and the breadth I will take B. Length and breadth I am taking L and B. And the name of the armature coil, which is in the form of rectangle, is ABCD. This is containing n turns. We are sending current through it. When you send current through it, like this, current is running in the body of this loop. Let us check it out. The formula of force is ILB sin theta. What is theta? Theta is the angle between L and B, between the length and the magnetic field. So I am sure, what is the angle you can check out there? The magnetic field lines will go from north to the south, like this is going. Magnetic field is going like this way. This is the direction of magnetic field. Dotted line I am drawing P. What angle does it make with the length L? What angle does it make? 90 degree. That means this side will experience a maximum force, this side also will experience a maximum force. Because theta is 90 degree and sin 90 is 1, so maximum force. Which two sides will experience minimum force? That means zero force. The answer is BC and AD, because this length, that length is B or there. This one and this one is parallel. This length and this one is parallel. So parallel means the theta value is 0 degree and sin 0 is 0. That means these two sides will experience zero force. Force here will be 0, force here will be 0. And force here and here will be maximum. And what is the formula for the formula of force? We have actually ILB sin theta, sin 90. Sin 90 is 1. So we can only write ILB. Only we can write ILB. Force value will be ILB, maximum force acting on it. The side AB and CD will experience maximum force acting on it. And the value of that force will be F equal to ILB. We can write as first force on the side AB and CD, F equal to ILB, because both the sides making 90 degree angle. Here you can see the angle is 90 degree, here also you can see the angle 90 degree. So F value becomes ILB. Now let us check the direction. In what direction does the force act? To find the direction of the force, we apply Fleming left hand rule. This is the rule, the three fingers are spacing perpendicular to each other. FBI. F means force, direction of force. B means magnetic field. This means current. Let us check first about this side. Magnetic field is going like this, as I marked here. Magnetic field is like this. Current is going down. So what direction the thumb is coming? Thumb is coming like this. That means outward. So here the direction of force, this force F, the direction of this force will be an outward direction here. So you can mark the direction here. Outward. Outward means like this, outward, F. And out here, what direction will the force act? Because the direction of current is opposite, exactly opposite to this. Let us check. This way, but the current is going up there. Current is going up, so you can turn the finger upward. So what direction the thumb will go? Now the thumb is going inward here, like this. Here the force will be acting in the upward direction, inward direction here. This is outward, this is inward. Here is F. You will find the two forces are acting in the opposite direction. One is outward, one is inward. When the two forces act in the opposite direction and they are equal in value, what do? They form a couple. Couple will cause turning effect in the coil about its midpoint. This is exactly like this book. This coil is like this. Here the force in the outward direction, here the force is in the inward direction. So this will go up and this will go inward like this way. So there will be turning effect in it. What direction will this turn? Like this. That means clockwise direction it will start turning. And we will be measuring the torque, turning effect of that couple will measure. Now we will be writing here, therefore, torque due to a couple denoted by tau. Torque formula due to a couple is either of the force, we write here either of the force into perpendicular distance between them, into perpendicular distance between them. So what is the value of the force? Either of the force is F into, what is the perpendicular distance between these two forces? This force is acting here and here. The perpendicular distance between them is equal to, the perpendicular distance between them is equal to B. So here we will be writing B, F into B. I put the value of F. The value of F is IL capital B into B. I as it is, length into breadth. Length multiplied by breadth, what does it make? It makes the area of the coil. I write here A, so IAB. The torque formula will have IAB. This is for just one turn of the coil, one loop. If there are n such loops, for n turns, then I do that for n turns, torque value will be equal to IAB multiplied by n. Then answer will come IABN, or we write like this, torque is equal to BINA. Let us make a word out of it. BINA. Torque is equal to BINA. It is easy to remember. Torque is equal to BINA. BINA. Or he can call it Timro Bina. Tom is Timro, or BINA is Bina. Timro Bina. B means magnetic field. What is I? I is current. N is the number of turns, and A is the area of the coil. So this is the formula of the torque. This is the formula of the torque acting on the current loop. Torque is equal to Bina. Tau equal to BINA. That is, torque depends on what factors? Torque depends upon these factors which I have written here. BINA factor. What is B? The value of magnetic field applied. I means current, A means number of turns, and A means area. If you remember in class 10, we used to do a topic called motor. What is a DC motor? This one was a DC motor actually. There was an armature coil, we place it between the magnetic field, between the pole pieces of the magnetic field, horseshoe type. When you supply current, there will be turning effect, torque will be there, and it will start rotating, it will start moving. And class 10 only used to learn that the speed of rotation of the coil, this coil, can be increased by, we used to say increased by number of turns, that is coming here, by increasing the magnetic field or magnetic strength, that is B, can be increased by increasing the amount of current, can be increased by the area of the coil. So this all points we used to mention. So this is the formula of torque on a current loop. Torque is equal to BINA. Now you can write here one thing to be noted here. You can write here for any position. You can just write here for any position of the coil. We write torque and we will be writing a BINA cos alpha. Cos alpha we write for any position. BINA cos alpha, or torque is equal to write a Bina sin theta. Bina sin theta. I'll tell you why we write it. But if they ask you to derive the formula or expression for the torque on a current loop, we do tell you torque is equal to beta. Actually, what happens during the rotation of the coil, when the coil starts rotating, the angle keeps changing. What is that? Just know the angle of the plane of the coil. Angle of the plane of the coil. Plane of the coil is decided by the breadth. Plane of the coil is parallel to the magnetic field. That means the value of angle is 0 degree. That is alpha angle is 0 degree. You can mention what is alpha at where alpha equal to. After writing this, you can write where alpha here are right. Where alpha is equal to angle between the plane of the coil and magnetic field. And then you are writing in terms of theta. And if you write the answer in terms of theta here, so we write that theta is equal to angle between B vector and area vector. You know the meaning of area vector? Area vector is normal to the surface, normal perpendicular to the surface, and with that whatever angle the magnetic field makes, that angle is called theta. Area vector, B vector and area vector. Actually what happens, we are having magnetic field like this. When the coil starts turning, that is the breadth. This is the breadth. Just now the breadth is making 0 degree angle, but when it turns, the angle changes because magnetic field is same. Here the angle is different now. Angle is some degree. Then again keeps changing out here. It may become even perpendicular. When it becomes perpendicular, then alpha value is 90 degree. Cos 90 degree value becomes 0. That time the torque will be 0. Like this is turning, so this case the two forces will exactly cancel out each other and torque also will be 0. But due to inertia, that's why you will start from the position of the coil has to be, alpha value has to be 0 degree. From maximum torque you are starting, and then due to inertia it will come like this. The torque is supposed to be 0, but because of inertia it will get turned over and it continuously gets turned like that. That is, the speed of rotation will not be constant. We are starting from the maximum, it becomes minimum, that is 0. Again, it keeps on increasing, again keeps on decreasing. So, in full rotation, it increases, it varies from position to position, it varies. Because the value of alpha keeps on changing. So, when will be the torque maximum? In this case, the diagram which I showed, the torque is maximum. And when will the torque be minimum? When the plane of the coil is perpendicular to the magnetic field. Plane of the coil is with alpha is 90 degree. Then the torque will be minimum or 0 degree, depending on the value of alpha. Okay, now in terms of vector we write like this. Torque in vector form we write is torque in vector form will be writing this. Torque is equal to sin theta is there, so we write like this. In here I'll write B cross A. B cross A when you expand, the answer becomes sin theta. In B cross A. Torque value in terms of vector will be writing this. In B cross A. When you expand it, becomes BA sin theta in this form. But why this happens, if you want to learn the logic, because logic will not be coming here, but I'll just show you why it becomes like that. Now the coil is turning. Now the new position is somewhat like this. The coil is turning, now the new position changes. Now the position becomes suppose somewhat like this way. Once the rotation taking place, now the breadth, this is the breadth. This is the breadth. Now it's making an angle. Say this angle is alpha degree. Alpha. Now between the magnetic field and this one, what is the angle here? This length remains the same. This is L. This is L. Here the angle is 90 degree. Here also the angle is, but the break angle is different now. The break angle is changing. That is alpha. So the formula will be F into this distance I take as X. This distance is X. I will be writing instead of B, I write here X. This distance, perpendicular distance. Now I will be using here only I will be writing then this from here this 90 degree I will be using cos alpha. Cos alpha will be base by hypotenuse. Base is X and hypotenuse is B. Therefore, X value will become B cos alpha. Instead of X, I am writing a B cos alpha. So I length difference will make A, B remain, and this will become cos alpha. This is the reason behind why this answer comes in terms of cos alpha. Because when the base is making some different angle over here, then you have to take a component of B that will become cos alpha here. So that detail or that diagram you may not have to show, but only you have to learn the derivation time will show the maximum torque, and when we will be writing at the end we will find the formula of torque we can write for any position of the coil, torque is equal to V naught cos alpha we write. And what is alpha? I mentioned alpha is the angle between the plane of the coil and the magnetic field. Or we can express in terms of theta. That is usually we express in terms of theta only because torque is vector quantity. We have to show the vector product there, cross product. That's what I am showing here. I and B cross A. Okay. Now after that, let us. That means what I told you, when the coil is kept like this and is turning, so the value of speed of rotation is not constant, it keeps changing because the value of alpha or the value of theta keeps on changing. It starts from maximum, when it is perpendicular it becomes minimum, that is 0, again it becomes maximum, again it becomes 0, like that. But due to inertia it continuously moves, the speed of rotation will not be constant, it will be maximum first, then slows down, again it picks up speed, again slows down, like that it keeps on happening like that. Do we have any method to obtain constant rotation, constant speed of rotation or constant torque? Answer is yes. There is a method of obtaining constant torque or the constant speed of rotation. That is only possible when alpha value is 0 degree for any position of the coil. If alpha is 0 degree, we will have maximum torque and constant torque throughout its rotation. Whether the plane of the coil becomes like this or anything, it becomes the speed of rotation will be constant all the time. It will not be like maximum to minimum and minimum to maximum. It will have same speed everywhere like that. So there is a method of making that. And to make that happens, we will be having the pole pieces of the magnet. Previously I showed the magnetic pole pieces, that is I showed. If you have seen the previous diagram, north pole and south pole here. Just now north and south pole. The pole pieces are cut concave, that is, are made cylindrical. You can say cylindrical pieces, or they are grounded concave. Why? This will provide a maximum and constant speed of rotation to the coil, or maximum and constant torque. This will be behaving like a radial, this will provide a radial field, means like a sphere. This part will behave as a sphere like this. There is a sphere like this all around, like a sphere type. This whole thing is a sphere. In a sphere, how many radius is there? Infinity radius is there. In a circle or in a sphere, how many radius is there? Everywhere radius is available. Everywhere radius is available. So when the coil is turning, so this is the coil turning. When it was like this, it is coinciding with one radius, one radial line. When it comes, this is also radius only. Like this is also radius. What is the angle? Value of alpha is 0. Here also 0, here also 0, because the branch is making 0 degree angle, because the radius is available all over, throughout, everywhere. So wherever the coil gets turned, it gets a radius. So it is making the value of alpha 0 degree for that position. So everywhere the value of alpha becomes 0. So that is the advantage of this shape. This will be providing a radial field, and that radial field helps to obtain a maximum and constant torque. For any position of the coil, we will have the maximum and constant torque. So this point is very very important, because this will be providing radius like this. Everywhere radius will be there like this. Radius is there this way, like this. Radius will be there. It is going like this. So in the beginning, suppose it is coinciding with this line like this. The coil is coinciding with this. Then when it turns, it will coincide with the other one. It will coincide with the other one. Everywhere it will coincide. So we will obtain a maximum and constant torque. So please note down this point. This is a very important point. Right, the pole pieces. Please write down the pole pieces of a horseshoe magnet. The pole pieces of a horseshoe magnet is generally grounded, G-R-O-U-N-D-D, grounded concave, C-O-N-C-A-V, concave, to obtain radial field, R-A-D-I-A-L. Radial field means radius wise field. Everywhere radial field will be obtained. To obtain radial field, which provides a maximum and constant torque, for any orientation of the coil, for any orientation under bracket position, for any orientation under bracket position of the coil, since cos alpha is equal to 1, we write that one. Since alpha value, that is 0, since cos alpha equal to 1, that is maximum for any position of the coil. Or we can write sin theta value is 90 degree, because you are taking drawing a normal to the surface and then finding the angle. Or sin theta value is maximum you will have. Okay, this is the quite important question. This one came in the year 2016. This question was there in IC, and this is quite a common question of IC. So this may come. Why the pole pieces are cut concave or grounded concave? So the reason I gave you. Okay, now just right below that, comparison of just right below that, comparison of torque on a current loop with that of a bar magnet. We'll do the comparison of torque on a current loop with that of a bar magnet. We'll compare. We'll do that since torque formula we have B na sin theta. Let us write sin theta, or B na cos alpha, or only B na we can write. On a current loop we write on a current loop. Again we write torque formula on a bar magnet. In a magnetic field region, the formula will be like this: PMB sin theta on a bar magnet. I mentioned where PM is called magnetic moment, or magnetic dipole moment. We can call magnetic dipole moment. P with a subscript m. PM is called magnetic dipole moment. What can be if we where PM is this much, magnetic dipole moment. Why I am writing this one? If you remember in the chapter electricity, we used to do with electric dipole. If you remember the formula of torque on electric dipole in when placed in a uniform magnetic field, the formula was coming like this. If you remember, P E sin theta was coming. Torque is equal to P E sin theta. What was P? P was electric dipole moment, and E was electric field, and theta was the angle between the length of the dipole and the electric field. Here we are having similar kind. On a bar magnet, we will have magnetic dipole moment. This P and this PM will be same. Magnetic dipole moment, E is replaced by B. There is here we have electric field, and there we have magnetic field. And PM value, if you remember, P value used to be 2LQ, length of the dipole into the either of the charge. And here PM value will be writing here 2Lm, where and take it as where M is magnetic strength, magnetic pole strength, magnetic pole strength. In case of electricity, we have charge. In case of bar magnet will have the 2 points where the force of attraction is maximum. They are called pole strength. There we will have M, small m. Small m is called magnetic pole strength. 2L is the length of the dipole, and here 2L is the length of the magnet. 2L is the length of the magnet. The entire length will take 2L, length of the magnet, length of the bar magnet. Let us compare the two torque. We see out here, compare the two equations and check what is the value of. Therefore, we can write here. Therefore, on comparison, let us compare the two equations and check what is the value of PM coming. PM is dipole moment coming here. B sin theta is compared, and PM value is coming INA. We write here INA. This is the formula of magnetic dipole moment in terms of current. PM equal to INA. INA means current, number of turns, and area of the coil. So PM is INA. Whereas torque is Bina. Timro Bina, PM is INA. Indian National Army. So PM is dipole moment formula, on a current formula will be INA. And what will be the SI unit of PM? The SI unit of PM will be how much? You can check this equation, and from there you can find the SI unit. I is current, and number of turns doesn't have unit. Area is meter square, ampere meter square, AM square. The SI unit of magnetic dipole moment is ampere meter square. And so as the SI unit of magnetic pole strength will be PM divided by 2L. 2L is the length. This thing divided by length is meter. Meter cancel. So answer left over will be ampere meter. That means the unit of this will be equal to ampere meter. The SI unit of magnetic pole strength is ampere meter, whereas the SI unit of magnetic dipole moment formula is INA, area, that is ampere meter square. So this looks quite strange, Bar magnet is there, but we are having the SI unit ampere meter. In terms of current we measure. Ampere meter, and here it is coming ampere meter square. This is how we compare, and this becomes the formula. PM equal to INA, whereas torque is equal to Bina, BINA. Okay. Now the last part of this chapter is moving coil galvanometer. Moving coil galvanometer. Moving coil galvanometer. Moving coil galvanometer. What is a galvanometer? I think you have idea about it, and we do the practical also with it. Last time I showed in the Kirchhoff's law and all, the galvanometer gives deflection, nut deflection. Galvanometer just detects the presence of current, whether current is there or not. So galvanometer can be of two types. One is suspended type, in which the coil will be suspended by a thread, and other one is pivoted type. Pivoted type, then the spring or the screw. With the screw it will be pivoted. The one which we used in the school and all in the lab, so that they are pivoted type. And the one which you have in IC syllabus is suspended type. Suspended type, moving coil galvanometer. But the working principle is same. Here we write suspended type. Number one is suspended type. Suspended type only we have in syllabus. Suspended type. We are doing with the suspended type moving coil galvanometer. Then the diagram of this one will make like this. This is called armature coil. This is phosphor bronze strip. This M is mirror. M is the mirror, and this is the armature coil. And we'll be having positive here and negative here. That is, this end we have to join with the positive terminal of the battery, and this end we have to join with the negative terminal of the battery, so that the current will flow through the armature coil. We know the fact that the current will flow, so current is flowing like this, current will flow, what will happen to it? There will be torque, there will be rotation in it, rotation. That means this will start turning like this, rotation will take place. And when the rotation is taking place, what will happen to the phosphor bronze strip? They will get twisted. The strip will get twisted. Why phosphor bronze strip? Because phosphor bronze strip is a good conductor of electricity. And we use this, it is a very smooth kind of strip, very smooth, frictionless, almost frictionless. So this will be highly sensitive, very sensitive. So this will even be called very, very low current also it can be called, this one. This can be called even very, very low temperature also can be recorded by this kind of galvanometer. And for that reason we use phosphor bronze strip. So when we supply current, what torque will be generated in the coil? That will be, I give you the formula, torque is equal to bina, Timbro bina torque is equal to bina sin theta or bina cos alpha. But what kind of surface we are using out here? The pole pieces, they are grounded concave, they are cut concave. What is the use of concave surface? We have maximum torque and constant torque throughout. And what is the value then? Torque is equal to bina. That torque is called deflecting torque. We will write that. And when current is passed, get a deflecting torque then. Deflecting torque will be equal to bina. Why deflecting torque will be bina? Why not cos alpha? Why not sin theta? Reason is because concave shape. Radial field, so the value of torque is maximum and constant. And what is the use of the string or the strip suspended there? This will get twisted and the twist will create another torque, and that torque is called restoring torque. It's a matter of common also. Let us take something tied with a thread and rotate it, turn it like this. Once you stop turning, what will happen? In the strip, the twists are formed. That twist will be unfolding it, and this will be generating the torque in the opposite direction itself. It is the nature of this one thread or the strip to produce a restoring torque which will restore its position. That is called restoring torque. Right on. Twist formed in the strip gives restoring torque equal to, here we write C into phi, C into phi, where mentioned now, where C is for restoring torque per twist. In one twist, this is the capacity of this Parker velocity. In one twist, it gives a torque C. So it got phi twist. What is the total torque? Phi into C, just multiply. That much is the total torque generated. In one twist, C is the torque. There are 5 twists. How much is the total restoring torque generated? C into phi. So right here at equilibrium, these two will be equal, right? Or deflecting torque is equal to restoring torque. Deflecting torque value like a BINA and restoring torque value will be C into phi. Therefore, make I the subject of formula and become as this C upon BAN into phi. Or we can write here I equal to K into phi. What is K? K is value is this much. C upon BAN. That is I is proportional to phi. Greater the value of phi in another words we can say deflection. More the value of phi, more the current flowing. Less the value of phi, less the value of current. More twist, that is more current. Less twist means less current. This is circular mirror. M stands for mirror, circular mirror, which is used to note down the deflection. When you go to college and do the take physics there, so you have to do this experiment. There is a moving coil suspended type galvanometer that you have to use. There is a mirror over there, circular mirror. There will throw the light. The light gets reflected. So we will be measuring using a scale here, and we will measure the angle of deflection. How much is the deflection taking place between this point to that point. So this is used to measure the angle of deflection. So nothing much in details you have to know. Just draw the diagram. They ask you to draw the diagram. The key point out here, the derivation I is proportional to phi. This is there in the syllabus mentioned, so we will be writing that. And why the pole pieces of moving coil galvanometer is kept or is cut concave or is grounded concave. The reason is obtained. I already give the reason. That reason is important. And the derivation comes like this: deflecting torque and restoring torque we make equal. That is the idea. Rating part not much. Bina and C phi just make equal, and we have the answer coming. Here we write one more thing. Write the current sensitivity. Current sensitivity denoted by IS. IS means current sensitivity. Current sensitivity is phi upon I. Phi upon I. This is called current sensitivity. Look at the equation. Phi by I. If we make the subject answer become BAN by C. It becomes BAN divided by C. This becomes the formula of current sensitivity. Very often question comes: how can we increase the sensitivity of a moving coil galvanometer suspended type? How can we increase it? So we can increase the current sensitivity by these factors: by increasing the value of B, by increasing the area of the coil, by increasing the number of turns, but by decreasing the value of C. How can we decrease the value of C? We have to use Farber-Brown strip. Means C value will be less because this is frictionless. It will be highly sensitive. If this one is replaced by something, some other kind of material, then there will be more friction. Rough material will be, and there will be more friction. But this material has to be good conductor of electricity because this part is behaving like a wire. So instead of Farber-Brown strip, if question comes, can we use copper wire? Copper is a good conductor, but copper will have the value of C quite high. I mean, the friction will be more, it will be quite thick, and also it won't be that smooth as compared to the Farber-Brown strip. So we go for Farber-Brown strip, the value of C becomes low. This is called current sensitivity of the moving coil galvanometer. So the current sensitivity formula is Bunsen, BAN upon C, Ban upon C. So this much is the theory part from this topic, this chapter. So next day we'll be doing numericals on this. So for today we do this one then. Thank you.